All right, so today we're going to be changing the inner and outer tie rods on a 2004 Tahoe Z71. The reason for the wear is basically just time. It's been about 70,000 miles and they haven't been touched. And then before these 33s, I actually ran 34-inch KO2s on it. So they're pretty worn out and there's play in them. So basically we're gonna go over the steps and how to change it out. So of course, first thing is gonna be jack your car up and then place jack stands underneath and then remove the wheel. So after you have your wheel off and you can see the tie rods, so you have the outer and the inner right here. You're gonna remove the nut underneath the outer first. And on mine it was an 18 mil, and this is like a locking style. And the one I'm replacing with is like a castle nut with a cotter pin. So I'm gonna pull this off the rest of the way and then we're gonna pop it out. All right, so when you're removing the outer tie rod, if it's stuck in there, you can either put a nut on the bottom and pound it up. You can take a hammer and hit the side and it might pop up. In my case, I had to get a pickle fork and put it in there to remove it. So whichever way works, just get it out. It doesn't matter if you damage the boot because you're going to be replacing it anyway. All right, so now that you have the outer tie rod out, you're going to want to go to the inner tie rod. And for this, you're going to need a big adjustable wrench. So adjust it, and you're going to have to use a lot of leverage. Remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey, and then you should be able to break it free. And after that, you're just going to keep cranking it until it spins all the way out. All right, so after you remove the inner and outer tie rod as an assembly, you want to keep it together and you don't want to break anything apart while you're trying to remove it, because a very important aspect is that you're going to have to put it back together. And once you put them together, you're going to have to try to measure, because you're probably not at a shop. If you're doing this, you're probably in your driveway, but you're going to want to get as close as possible to keep your alignment in tow as close to how it was as possible. So what I do is I pull it apart as assembly, and then I'll put them together, and then I'll start adjusting it, and I'll measure each one to make sure they're pretty much the same as they came out. All right, so once you have them put together, you're gonna use a wrench here and a wrench here, and you're gonna tighten it down. And like I said, this is pretty much just to get to alignment shop. You might get pretty spot on to where it rides the same way it did, but this is pretty much so you don't have any tire wear if you gotta drive to the tire shop. For me, it's about 20 miles to get to alignment shop, so I wanna have it as close as possible before I put it back together. All right, when you're installing the new tie rod assembly, when you put the inner side in, you're gonna wanna make sure it goes in nice and smooth. You don't want it to grab or feel like it's cross-threading, and you should be able to turn it all the way in by hand. Another important thing is, before you put it in, clean out some of the old grease, so that way when you put the new grease in, it's gonna be nice and fresh going into the boot in the ball. After you tighten down your inner tie rod, you move over to your outer tie rod and then tighten it up. And then after you tighten it up, there's gonna be a cotter pin you need to place in. I like to do one around and then one through the bottom to the back side. Once you've done that, you're gonna need to go ahead and fill your grease Zerks, and you're gonna wanna pump it till it fills up the little bag on each side, but you don't want it busting through the bag or coming out. So after that, you completed installing inner and outer tie rods.